in the grid, you ask? Well, Hayden Mackay is right off the front row, and tucked in behind him on the second row are Stephen Thompson and Dan Ray. So your top three in the competition are the top front four cars in this particular race. So we've got the green and we're ready to go, and Evan Nicol on the inside floors it, but Hayden Mackay's got a bit more grunt than Nicol and takes the lead as they go through turn 2, and right on his tail is that 54 of Stephen Thompson. It's going to be a good battle between these two for the lead. Thompson needs to try and get ahead of the 8 car. He's not managed that on that lap. The 3 wide coming out of turn 4 there. That was a bit leery for a few seconds, but they've got away with it. Evan Nicol dropping back through the pack now, and he's been passed by Dan Ray in the 24 car. So out front, Hayden Mackay, the 8 car, looks comfortable enough in the lead from 54, Stephen Thompson, and we go back to Dan Ray in the 24. Evan Nicol in the 13, then we go back to the 69 car of Andrew Navin. Hayden Corbett's in the mix there as well. Further back down the field we go, Ian White, Sinclair, Holland and Philip Allen at the back of the field. But out front, that's 3 laps done for Hayden Mackay in the 8 car. And he's got about 3 car lengths over the 54 of Stephen Thompson from Greymouth, and he in turn is about 3 or 4 car lengths ahead of the 24 of Dan Ray. We go a long way back to the 4th place car, 69 of Navin, and he's holding off the 32 of Ian White. Nicol having a good battle there with Steve Sinclair and Hayden Corbett. Those 3 tightly together on the track. But they're about half a lap behind the race leader, who's Hayden Mackay, and we've had one around there. So that's Sinclair, Steve Sinclair in the 82 car. And just as that was happening, we were starting to see Stephen Thompson close on the back of Hayden Mackay, but as a result of that, with the lights going yellow, he will be on right on the back of him now.
He will, but Mackay will control that restart. Thompson there just put himself around, got on the gas and just died out halfway through the spin. Thompson here, just having a little fish down to the
he's been cheeky, isn't he?
I guess the other thing too is he's letting Hayden know who he's racing with. Because I mean, the worst thing you can think is you're racing against someone else and they're going to predict their lines and move over on them, and you end up with a collision.
Yeah, which we don't want. So looks as though Sinclair is put back second from the back. Yep, the little line of stern going past the Value Cars warehouse grandstand now. Big thank you to Value Cars for sponsoring that for us, and coming into Enviro Waste turn. Don't forget, folks, to use those Enviro Waste bins that are around the stadium for all your litter and rubbish, and Enviro Waste do a great job for us, helping us keep the place tidy. So the Arbortech sponsored Circle Track Engineering machine of Hayden Mackay leading this race from the 54. Stephen Thompson, Formula 1 NZ, lives in Greymouth, or races out of Greymouth anyway.
He lives over there.
He does.
So I brought business over there.
Cool. 24, Dan Ray, lives in a distillery. No, I'm only joking. Sponsor no one though.
Many people.
Well, indeed. So Hayden Mackay, this time round, we go green. He comes out of 4. He's got the lead in this race, and I don't think he's going to give it up very easily. 54, Thompson has got Dan Ray on the back of him, and Navin trying to stay with these guys too. But already they're pulling away from Navin, and the gap's opening up down the back straight there. Hayden Mackay, he's just too good to throw this one away. Challenge on the 54 car as the 24 of Dan Ray comes up the inside of him on the front straight. Thompson's got more pace through 1 and 2, and he's ahead on the back straight. Can Dan Ray close it up again through Enviro Waste turn? It's just too far back this time round, I think. He's getting closer, but he's definitely quicker through Enviro Waste than Thompson, but he's too far back to make any impact. And in turn, I think Thompson's just too far back to impact on Mackay. Mackay's just getting that car rocking and rolling as it comes on and off the brakes and through the turns. Definitely moves around a lot, that 8 machine. You wouldn't say it goes round on rails, but he's definitely got control of it. He's getting the full pace out of it, and the 54 of Thompson unable to make much of an impact. He's running the high line now. Mackay going low through 4. Thompson keeping it high. And Thompson going deep into 1 and 2. And he does seem to be closing just a little bit on Mackay. Oh, something happened there.
Left bar blew off the back of it, but it's off the 22 car.
Wow, that was interesting. So white flag this time. One more lap for Hayden Mackay to complete this race and win the championship. I don't think Thompson's going to get anywhere near him, and Dan Ray's dropped off the back of Thompson. He's going to have to settle for 3rd. So we're going to go for the checkered flag this time, Brian. There it goes, and Hayden Mackay in the 8C car takes it away, and he with it, the Moller Young New Zealand Trophy Challenge. 2nd place, Stephen Thompson, and I think he will take 2nd place in this title in this competition, and Dan Ray 3rd.
The funny thing is, this is actually Hayden's 2nd car that he's had with his brother for a while. It's actually, well, I could have been offered to plenty of other people. Hayden comes out and I think it shows it's not a bad bit of kit.
Absolutely. If you were here all those years ago when Frost won, not Cliff Frost, Tony Frost won, Bigfoot won the New Zealand title here, and you remember that was an absolutely thrilling race that was basically, you got to remind me the names now. The names are
it was a 25.
Trevor Wishart was leading it, and it was all on the final race, wasn't it?
It was.
And Trevor Wishart had the New Zealand title in his grasp, and
lap 21 he spun.
And the 2nd place car was
Phil Game and
Murray Gorge?
Yeah, Murray Gorge and Phil Game, Greg Keegan, and 5th spot was Bigfoot.
Yep.
And then of course Frost had his moment. Not Frost, Wishart had his moment in lap 21. And then for a 4-lap sprint, Frost decided to go experiment.
He just absolutely went for it, didn't he? He was grazing the wall all the way around. There were sparks flying off the back of that car
under the yellow to see what there was. Lap 23 they had another yellow, and it was a 2-lap sprint for New Zealand title. And Murray Gorge,
he was turn 4 of the last lap, wasn't it? Yep. And he spun it up, leading it.
And I remember going down onto the track after the race.